Alright, so we're back at it again with Itty Bitty. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is changing the front shocks and hopefully mounting the seat, getting the suspension figured out, and then should be ready to rock. But I mean, there ain't no telling, you know how these things go. But that being said, let's get after it. Alright, last time we tried to make these clapped out Chinese junk shocks work. They worked fine when Itty Bitty was its original state with the swing arms that were the A-arms that were about yay long. But with this new setup, they're just not going to work. They're just too soft. So instead, I'm going to replace them with these. These have a higher spring rate, and they're gas shocks, so I can charge them if I need to. And they're adjustable, like more adjustable than those ever thought about being. So we'll get these swapped out, get her on the ground, and see what happens. Definitely something I should have checked on first. Oh, crap. Let's see if it'll fit. Nope. Damn it. Okay. Alright. Well. Alright. We have an issue. Okay? Lines up fine on the bottom, but up top, even if I try and come up from here, it will not clear. Awesome. So what I'm going to do, real quick, zip these off, clean this up a little bit, and I'll bolt it to the shock, bolt the shock down on the A-arm, and level it out, clean this up, and just tack weld this piece on this side. So that way it'll actually work. So here we go. Okay, now that I got it all cleaned up and got the tab moved where it's supposed to be, I'm going to go ahead and tack it in place and see how it works. I know I'm going to have to fill in quite a bit of a gap here just because that's exactly what they did on this side. So I'll tack this in, we'll see if it's going to actually work like it's supposed to, and then fully weld it. Alright, forgive the background noise, it is raining like hell outside. So, got my shock mounts all welded in and ended up having to flip them from here to here just to make sure that these gas shocks would clear, because they were not going to fit in there originally. So, got the mounts all welded in, everything's good to go on both sides, and it has stiffened up a lot. So, alright kids, we're back at it again. I'm going to start by, originally I had cut off the rear of this seat hoop. So what I'm going to do is I'm adding about 7 inches right here. I've got it sleeved on this side, and what I'll do is run some tubing over this, up, have another plug in it, and it'll sit out about like that. That way we got a good grab bar, there's plenty of room for the seat, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get these welded in, we'll get everything else measured out and take it from there. Alright, got my frame extensions in. Really all it is just a piece of tubing. Obviously got them drilled out. And I ended up having to, instead of finding tube, they didn't have any tube in stock that would fit down in this other tube. So I got some 5/8 rod and just ground it down to fit inside the existing frame. So now I'll put these on and then we'll fit up the rear hoop once I get it cleaned up. Take all these tabs and all that mess off of it. We'll fit it back up here and get everything welded in. Alright, so I've got my pieces made to stretch the seat pan, and that is a lot. Just look at it. Look at that. Just look at it. But we'll have plenty of room for a grab bar. I can slide the seat back a little bit more, give us a little more leg room. Man, that thing sticks up in the air. But it levels out when the suspension compresses. So, okay. Alright, now let's weld it up. That's a lot of purple. So I'm gonna be installing this old DoodleBug seat onto the frame. Obviously this frame was not designed for this seat. So what I did was just took a flat bar, I think it's 1 inch wide, and just drilled holes in it. And it lines up. What I'll do is I'll bolt it down, lay it on the frame, get it centered, and just tack this bar in, take the seat back off, and fully weld it. This is going to be the front mount plate. There ain't but one bolt in the front, so I'll just do the same thing I did with the rear. Put the bolt in, mount the seat, tack this in place, pull the seat back off, and fully weld it. Here's news. So I was mocking up everything to get this brake caliper installed. And this brake line, I wanted to use a hand brake. And this brake line is way too short. It's got to go from here all the way up to that handlebar. Roughly 58 inches or so. And yeah, this one might be 36. So, yep, gonna have to order that one. Oh well, on to eBay I go. So, I was addressing the rear shock issue. I put the gas shock on, and it still didn't stiffen it up enough. I tried changing, like moving the bottom of the shock up a little bit, mounted some new tabs, still didn't stiffen it up enough. I tightened it down, you know, adjusted the preload. I loaded it with some more gas, didn't work. So I doubled it up. But originally I had it where it was just straddling the top and bottom mounts, and so they were sitting right about here. Problem was, they don't clear the chain. You got the output of the engine coming back, and there's the drive on the axle, and it doesn't clear any of that. So my only option, and I've just got them held up here with zip ties for now, is to do it like this. What I'm gonna have to do is mount some, or make some mounts and put them up here on both sides, which it should be strong enough. It's doubled up here, and this is the upper frame support right here. So mount them right there in that corner, if you can see that, right up in here. And on the bottom, I'm gonna probably have to put a plate across here with another one of those shock mounts, which shouldn't take long, but the problem is I'm gonna have to go get some more plate. I don't have any more. So alrighty, well, we still need to get the brakes mounted, and we still need to make these shock mounts. Unfortunately, my local steel yard is having trouble getting stuff in stock, and the stuff that I need, they don't have currently. I know Lowe's and Home Depot might have it, but every time that I've been, they've been out, and it takes like 2 hours to get in and out of a Lowe's or Home Depot right now, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't have that kind of time. So hopefully here in the next little bit we're going to have the shocks mounted, we're going to have the brakes mounted, and I've got something real special planned to make this thing pretty. So, till next time, y'all get up, get out there, and get after it.